Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved. My name is Brink, and we're on the FTOG server. Well, you can see that we have an HV cable running across the ceiling here, so you know what time it is. Yeah, we're in power issues again. So we're going to work on a little bit of power, but this time it's going to be on the good old EU power, IC2 power. We are gaining a little bit, and that's only because I just recently turned off the mass fab. I've made a lot of UU matter, and I've actually imported it here, but we still have a whole mess of UU matter in here. I didn't want to move it just yet because I'm going to get into some dangerous ground at the moment. I will show you, though, that I built one solar panel for EU, and it's an advanced solar panel. So this is like the second tier of the solar panels. It's not that good. I mean, it's I think it's 8 EU per tick at nighttime and 64 in the daytime. Let's see, 1 and 8 is the first tier, 8 and 64 is the second tier. Yeah, I think that's right. So it's not producing a whole lot. It's producing like 8 EU right now at the moment. If we look at our reactor, it's still putting out 1044, but here's the issue. We got 11 minutes left. And I got here just in time as I was checking out some stuff before recording just to see what I'd be talking about. I did want to show you that I took the chests out and now the conduits are running directly into our storage. But look, I got a very little bit of time left for the next draw, and it's been drawing by itself for the past 2 or 3 days. The system has been running without me touching anything. The thing goes into processing upstairs on the second floor, sends the extras to storage, from storage sends to the reactor. It's been working by itself perfectly. And then it draws, let's go back downstairs. It draws out of this one back into the storage, and from the storage sends up to the second floor to get reprocessed. So in and out, all on one cable. Everything's been working by itself perfectly. But here's the issue though. I can't make any more MOX fuel, and that's what my reactor is set up to be. I may have to switch over to uranium for a little bit. The reason is, if we go up here, I went to check what stopped the system. I figured, well, there must have been something. So I checked up here and I see there's plutonium here. Why isn't it going down into here? Well, there's no room. We have loads of plutonium. Why isn't it getting processed? Because I have no more uranium. My system is set up so that it'll hold one spot in the inventory, this blue inventory line around here. It'll hold one spot so that no other item can ever take its place and refuse a craft. It's just like a placeholder, if you will. So I've run out of uranium-238. As you can see, there's only one of each item. I could grab all of these and just make another one, but that'll be futile. It'll be a waste of the system. I got plenty of plutonium here and here, so that's not the issue. I just need uranium-238. So if we go down here, I checked in storage, and I had more than 1,000 up here. 0. I'm down to 0. And you know how to get the uranium, don't you? There's a few ways. I think there's 3 ways in total. Uranium-238 is this one. Well, you can break it down from a block of uranium. That's obvious. But thermal centrifuge, you can get the crushed or you can get the purified if you use the ore washer. You could break it down from previous fuel rods, and that's what I was just talking about. I could go back to uranium, develop some of these uranium-238, and then go back again to MOX. But that's just going to waste again. It's like it's not the solution. So there is a third solution. Did I cover 3? If I didn't, I'm sorry. But there is, actually, no, I didn't cover them. There's 2 more solutions. I was only on first one. The second one is we can go ahead and build our uranium reactor and tie this uranium dual rod to automatically send and retrieve, so that it's the same kind of system as our MOX fuel rod reactor, so that both the uranium and MOX will help feed each other. That's the solution for the long run that works permanently forever, and I'd like to do that, but we need a solution right now because I'm running out of EU power, and I need that plutonium, or I'm sorry, iridium, for the replicator to continue working because I'm going to need a lot of iridium. So I got an idea. The third method to get uranium-238 is by the good old-fashioned method that we started with. This is the first way that we got uranium. So I'm going to stick this into the thermal centrifuge, send that over to the ore washer, just so that we can get a triple on our ores. I guess I'll put it down here because this is the right way to do it. I wanted to get an ender chest. Ooh, I didn't put it. There's another cache going to be here and an ender chest hidden that will feed or filter only uranium ore into this cache, and from this cache send it, and I'll do it manually this time. We'll go up here, send it up here to the macerator. And this will be an automated system at one point or another. But the reason why I needed to do this right now, before we start our regular episode, is because I need this, the little bit of power that's left. If we go to the MFSU, we do have a storage of a bit of power, but I need to be able to process that uranium from this uranium ore and purified and thermal centrifuged to get that uranium-238, and then we'll be able to continue the system of processing EU and making EU for the rest of the system, the replicator, which is up to 9 iridium at this point, but we have a load in the ME system. So I just got to ensure that we get the uranium, and that's what I'm worried about, because this takes a lot of energy, and it already started. We're at purified, so that's awesome. When this uranium-238 goes into here, boom, we get MOX, boom, our reactor goes back to full operation. Now, until then, what I have is I disconnected the full power that goes to the rest of the recyclers and the mass fab. So this is stopped until I can assure that I get more power. Alright, I got a little bit of good news. We're back at 1044, and we have a collection of 3 MOX fuel right now. A second ago it was 2. But yeah, the reactor is full of MOX, and the reason is I monitored this until I was assured that we would get our stuff back. So yeah, things are running, and still quite a bit more to go. Yeah, plenty of uranium ore there. This is maybe 10-15 minutes later, so we'll take this iridium. There's still more to be made. Let's go back and go ahead and get started with our episode. Now, what I wanted to do for this episode is get some more power going over for our EU. And somebody gave the idea in comment in the last episode, I believe it was, for some solar panels. Now, I've crafted, as I said, the first and the second tier. I don't know if this is considered in tiers, because this is sort of not related to this, even though it uses it in the craft. But what I'd like to do is go up to this third tier, which is just some iridium reinforced plates and some samarium. And I think we can do this because I think we have some extra irradiant. I don't know that we have this. We can go ahead and try to craft it and see if we can make this. And it looks like we're missing the middle item. So let's look at what it is that. And I do have enough to make. So awesome. We have that. Done. Alright, so now that we have this, we can remember that it's a Tetris shape, upside down T, that I need to work with. So lapis, very simple. Let's get rid of that one. And we're done with that for the moment. We can grab the advance from the chimney over there, the smokestack. And I think we have enough alloy, but I just grabbed the iridium, so we should be able to make 2 of these. Awesome. We can actually make more, I'm surprised. So what is it we're missing now? We're just missing the middle item. And I totally forgot that while I was there, just grab the solar panel. Well, all I got to do is aim for the little smokestack, and boom. Oh, actually, no. This smokestack. I still have to add the smoke effect and all of that. Kind of thinking of what to do, because I would like to make this chimney a little bit bigger. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll come up with some ideas off camera, and then I'll show you what I've come up with. Because I don't like to build on camera, but I get my best ideas when I can throw things around slowly and concentrate on what I'm doing. So let's go back. We'll add this to the recipe, and we should have our third tier. Oops. Not so far, buddy. our third tier solar panel for EU. So let's give it a try. And booyah. So let's take a look. And what do we get? We get 64 in the daytime. That means 8 at nighttime. Well, it's not a whole lot. You know what? Let's just take a quick look. I'm sure this is going to be way too expensive and out of our league, but let's take a look to see what would the next one be. Now, this is a 512, which is half of what we're making now with our MOX reactor. So if we could do this, man, this would be awesome, because 512 without any fuel, that's free energy. I would definitely love to go with that. So if we can make 7 more of these, ooh, this might be a possibility. Let's see if we can do this. You know what? I'm going to need the electronic circuits, I think. But you know what I want to do before we get started with that? I may want to just go ahead and look at our inventory to see if it's worth wasting our time in, because I would like to get some stuff done in this episode. So let's just add that to our power at the moment. And I'm going to take a inventory of the things that I have and see if we can build it. But I'm not going to bore you with that because it's a long chain of stuff. Let's just take a quick look. So it's all of this around an advanced circuit. And you saw what was built, what it took to build these things. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of iridium. I think this is the big part right here, the iridium. The alloys isn't too bad. I mean, it's just a waste of time. Not a waste of time, but a consumption of time smelting alloys and sending it over to the compressor back at the starter home. I would like to settle some stuff around and start getting the machines placed where they go and just organize. But yeah, I'm caught up in all this fun. I like crafting and making blocks and making machines. So you know what I'll do is I'll take inventory, see if we can build 7 more of these guys, and then I'll bring you back and we'll see if we can do that. You know, just a quick comeback to show you what I'm doing. One thing that I thought might make this whole process less painful and quite easier, if we go back again, I'll show you that I've been crafting the patterns actually. This might be the easiest way to do it. So if I use what I've already built and this recent AE2 upgrade, the AE2 system requires that there now be a completed object. Each one of these recipes for the, each one of these ingredients for the recipe of this solar panel must be already made for it to recognize, and then you'll be able to use it in the pattern. So you actually have to have a physical item to put into the pattern terminal in order for it to recognize. Now there's something wrong that I made here. Actually, it's not this one. Oh, so we actually have to make another one of those, the second tier solar panel, which is this one. And we may run into a stumbling block there because I don't know that we have everything. So we're just missing an insulated tin cable. We could definitely do that. Tin cable, do I have a craft for it? I don't. But we do have this. Oh man, we could do this. Let's get the rubber. And notice I've made 521, and it seems like each rubber tree makes 1 rubber. It's been working out exactly like that. Not each rubber tree, but each rubber log, because each tree has about 5, I guess. So it's been working out that way. I guess that's the way it works. We'll make that, and then see if we can make the second tier solar panel. That would be the advanced right there. Let's see if we can run it. Oh, let's monitor here. And it looks like it's done, so we should be able to pick it up. And there it is. Yeah, awesome. All right, so the next tier, let's see, I'm trying to make this next tier, which requires that solar panel we just made. Yeah, right there. So we'll learn that pattern, bring it over here. And this is the part that I wanted to show you. That's why I brought you back, is I want to set it to go ahead and start solar and see what kind of materials I'll be working on off camera to get this prepared. So it looks like cobble, super simple. Why doesn't he cobble? Oh yeah, the furnaces for the generators. IC2 generators require vanilla furnaces in them. Some tin item casings, very doable, very simple. Iron plates, give me a break. That is super simple. This is it just takes a long time to get it together. You got 3 different items, the iron, the bronze, and the tin. Each one's got to be hammered down in a rolling machine like a metal former. And then you got to craft it together, and then you got to compress it. The compressor takes a long time. So I'll be using the overclocker a lot on this. Super simple. Super simple. Let's see. Irradiant. This is a time consumer also. What it is uranium combined with glowstone in the assembly table. I got plenty of uranium and the glowstone. It's just the time that it takes in the assembly table. The carpenter, this is doable. I wouldn't complain about this. It's just a slow machine, but I could get these other guys rolling while this one's going. I can get all these machines going at the same time while I'm doing this. So the rest looks like it's simple. Rubber, definitely easy. And yeah, all of this is simple. So I'll bring you back before I press the start button to start the solar panel, and we'll see it go. And we are just about done with what we need to do. I need a few more of these, some of these, and now, I left some plates being made here. Now we can head back. We should be done. I think we have everything we need. Let's take a look and check. I got to convert these. Yes. Oh, I do have to convert them again, I believe. Let's just take a look to see if I made the craft for it already. Let's see, we're doing 7. And it looks like everything's good except for that signalum. Oh, we also need some tin. So we'll grab that with some rubber, and we can make a good number. I think we needed about 8, so I'll just go a little bit over. That's fine. Alright, so what was the signalum is what we're doing, and I don't think I want to convert all of them, so let's make a craft for it. And we'll teach it how to make nuggets. Put it back into interface. We got plenty of room left. We have a whole row here with a little bit more, so we're good. Let's go ahead and craft it. I think we're done. So we're doing 7. Hopefully it'll be quick. Start. Awesome. Alright, so it's going to get going. I'm not sure. There used to be an estimated time somewhere written up here in some place or another. Am I wrong? Where was it? Is it somewhere here? Maybe I'm missing it. I'm in the wrong location. It might be at the molecular assembler. No, it's not here either. Could it be on the crafting monitor? I haven't made one yet, but that might be it, where it shows you how much time is left before it's completed all of its processes. So I don't see it here. Maybe here? No, that's just back and forth. Well, alright, so we're going to wait for this, and it looks like it's going, and then we'll be back once it's crafted. It looks like it's got a bit of a way to go. I wish I had kept recording. I haven't stopped. It was like 5 seconds. It finished right away. So let's grab that solar panel. And we have 7. Alright, so now that we have this, we can move up to this tier, which requires this. Hopefully we have enough for the circuit in the middle. We'll need to craft one. Alright, we'll wait for it. It should be quick. There it is. And there's our ultimate. Alright, let's take a look at this. Let's put it right there. And we're oh man, this is awesome. 512. That's half of all the work that I've done on the reactor. If I get another one of this, which wasn't too bad, it took me maybe a half hour, as you saw. And now I have plenty of materials because I made extra of everything that I made. So, oh wow, awesome. So all of our machines can get going. I could probably turn the replicator back on. It's made 46. It's on repeat run. Let's stop it. And let me just show you how I wired this. I can remove the tank. And for now, until I wire it in a more permanent way, I can just scoop it up from the mass fab into the tank. Notice there's nothing in there because actually I turned it off. So I'll have to get a fiber cable, but for now I'll use the HV cable that I put here temporarily. It's a little bit of power. And you know what? Let me just check real quick to see if I have a fiber cable, because I would prefer it. I see there's some HV here. I'll have to make some more fiber cable, I guess. But for now, this is our bottleneck. This, you know what? I'll just change this. Put this on the end, just so our mass fab can get the maximum amount of all the juices. And so this will go here. And now the mass fab is getting full power from the ME system. I'm sorry, from the fiber. Let's see, this goes here. Oops. Yep. All right. Let's see, now the tank goes back here. And this will start developing its juices. Yes, it's going already. Everything has a lot of power. You know what I'd like to do is go down here and somehow, well, actually, no, this notification actually measures, I'm saying actually a lot, measures the reactor's power, 1044. I need some other notification panel for the total amount of reactor plus EU power. I don't know that there is one. Well, I'll have to look into that. But for now, we have our EU solar panel, and it would be great if we can move on to the next tier. This one is 512 EU, so the next one is 2000, about 14 or 2148. 2148, I think, is the right number. Sounds right. It's like a binary number additional thing. So, yeah, we'll move up to that sooner or later, and not just now, because we'll need about 8 of these, and I don't think we're ready for that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down there. If you liked any part of this episode, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you all on the next one.